I'm Melody Smith. I am the owner and principal consultant for Canva Consulting Solutions. I'm a human resource and customer experience process and systems consultant. I love automation. I am always trying to solve a problem using automation. I'm a volunteer, wife, mom. I love to tinker with automation a lot, even in my spare time. I just love technology. I love to travel. And I love watching football with my husband. My life goal is to serve others. That's why I felt I was put on this earth. And this includes assisting small business owners to discover ways so that they can have more time to do the things they love to do instead of spending a lot of time in the office doing a lot of the administration pieces. So, on the agenda today, we're going to talk about ChatGPT and how to generate engaging content for your audience. We're going to learn how to build bulk create graphics in Canva, and how to schedule and manage those posts using CreativImpact. The tools that we'll be using are ChatGPT 4.0, Canva Pro, CreativImpact Starter, and most importantly, actually a tool, but just something that we have to have and know is who our ideal customers and the product that we're selling or service that we're selling. You have to be very clear on that, or this really won't help you in creating the content that you need to create. Both Canva Pro and CreativImpact Starter do have a 14-day free trial. And so I would encourage you to try both of them because you may find that it makes doing the work that you have to do less complex, get work done a lot faster. As they say, work smarter and not harder. And ChatGPT 4.0, I highly recommend over the free one because you can do things without limitations in 3.0 that you get in this other versions. All right, so going to, before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about what ChatGPT is and what it does. And so if you think about all the other tools that are out there, such as Siri or Alexa, where they actually, you give it information and ask a question, what we call prompting it, it gives you information back. Some things like, what's the weather? How do I create a recipe? Or give me some dinner ideas or travel ideas. You give it information, it goes through years of internet searches out there, and it gives you the information that you need. It spits it back in a format that's digestible. It's like talking to a human, a person that has all the information right there in their brains. So that's what ChatGPT is. There are other tools such as Gemini, Claude, Copilot. Yes, Copilot. There's so many out there, other AIs out there, and they're all good. My preference is ChatGPT. I've been using it for a while. All the other, it was, I believe, probably the first, and all the other ones are do well and have their specialty, what they're really good at. For example, Claude is very good at I don't want to say like essays, but writing, and ChatGPT is good at analytical things. And so some people may like to use Claude for the social media content. But again, I've been using ChatGPT for so long that I know it well, and that's what I'm more comfortable with. But not saying that that the other tools aren't good. And so that's why I have here just AI, because it could be any tool. It could be Claude, it could be Gemini, it could be Copilot. So what our goal here is, in the end, what we want to do is be able to create a template full of social media posts that we can schedule out on different platforms. So if you're looking at this picture here, this is AI. Again, these are the different tools that we're going to give us the content that we have. Canva is going to give us the graphics. We're going to put these two together on a template so that we can create our social media posts and post to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever. But this is our ultimate end goal. And this is an example of a social media calendar that can be filled out with the information that we need. it would have the time, the content, and the actual image that we're going to create in Canva. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the templates and tools and the different types. And for me, I'm very, very feel very strongly about not repeating processes, I'm sorry, using repeatable processes, not reinventing the wheel. So where we already have things that are created, why do it from scratch again? Why waste the time? So ChatGPT memory is an example of not having to put in information over and over again. ChatGPT will remember what you put in it. It will get to know you. It will start to keep, and you'll see sometimes they'll say it's stored in memory. The way that you present information, the questions that you ask, which are called prompts, it will start to understand who your audience is. And that helps because that's less typing you have to do. Prompts are the questions that you ask it and get the information out. You're prompting ChatGPT to give you some information. And so where you have ChatGPT prompts, it's already written out what the question you want to ask it. You just have to fill in the blanks for your specific needs. Canva, there's thousands of Canva templates that we're going to use. Sorry, we're not going to use thousands, but there's thousands of that to use. And you will be able to find one that you'll be able to use for your social media content that is for your specific purpose. And then there's the social media planner template, which I just showed you an example of one before. And that's used to take all this information, put it on an Excel spreadsheet, upload it so that you can do multiple at one time, opposed to having to create a post, post it to Instagram, create another post, post it to Facebook. Doing these individually takes so much time. When you can put it on a spreadsheet and upload it, it just makes it so much faster. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to get started with adding content to the template. And we're going to get started with ChatGPT. So one thing is important is that ChatGPT needs to get to know who you are, needs to know what you do and how you do it. This will help create the best content for the people that you're targeting. So for what I do, I say that I simplify systems for small business owners. There's more in there, but I'm not going to read everything. And then how I do it is that I help businesses by using technology that automates their follow-ups for example, for nonprofits to be able to organize donor lists, etc. There's how I do to help my clients, I put in there. And so ChatGPT begins to learn this. And so my posts are more targeted towards the audience. Now, after it gets to know me very well, it has to get to know who my ideal customer is or who my ideal target market is. And so we want to be able to put in as much information as possible. What's the person's age? What industry are they in? What are the biggest pain points? Goals and aspirations. What are the challenges? How can your product or service help them? So, for example, your demographic could be a 40-year-old female coach. What industry they're in? They're in the financial advisor industry and they're helping first-time home buyers. What's that person's biggest pain point? They struggle with consistently marketing their business on social media and attracting leads. What is their goal or aspiration? They want to grow their business without spending hours on content creation. That's not what they want to do. That's not what they love. But they need to do it to grow. What are some challenges to reaching their goal? Well, not only do they not want to do it, but they're overwhelmed by there's so many tools. We just talked about a couple of different AI tools that are out there. That was just the content. There's AI tools out there that create videos and create actual content. And Canva, if you tell me specific, will create content for you too. So when there's so much, they're overwhelmed, they don't know where to start. And then how can your product or service help? So in this example, teach them how to use AI in Canva to create 25 posts in one setting. So that could be how your example, how your product or service can help. So an example of what you'll put in ChatGPT is, my ideal client is a 40-year-old female business coach who runs a small consulting business. She's passionate about helping others, but struggles to consistently market her services on social media. She wants to attract high quality clients, but feels overwhelmed by AI and Canva. My service teaches her how to quickly create a batch of 25 social media posts using AI and Canva so she can stay visible, book more clients, and focus on coaching instead of content creation. That's pretty specific, right? And guess what? You only have to put that in ChatGPT once and it will know who your ideal client is. You just need to say, my ideal client is, and it'll know it. And so I'm going to give you an example of how I've done that when I put my ideal client in and how I can spit that out. So first of all, how do you get to ChatGPT? So let me actually start from the beginning here. Make sure that you can see my screen. Okay. So you can go to chatgpt.com. Simple. And it's going to say, what can I help you with? Now, granted, you probably don't have all this stuff on the slide like I do because I use it all the time. But what you can do is say, my ideal client is, and if I were to put this example in that we just used, and this comes up because I'm copying from from PowerPoint. I could put that in and hit enter. However, I'm not going to do that because that's not my ideal client. But this is all you would have to do to get that right. I'm sorry, I already wrote down my ideal client. So let me take it, put it in and do it twice. However, what I can tell you is that it knows my ideal client, and I'll show you. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT, who is my ideal client? This is how much it knows me. My ideal client is a business owner who lacks time and desire to understand and implement technology, but needs them to streamline their business. Specifically, they're service-based business owners. They're between 38 and 58 years old. That's the demographic. Married with family as top priority. Have established business with at least one assistant and no more than 50 employees. This is a little bit, again, about the demographic and their industry. They spend their day meeting with customers and delivering services. They're too busy to learn technology, but want effective systems in place. So big pain point, but goals and aspirations, right? Big pain point was too busy to learn technology. Goals and aspiration is to have effective systems in place. They want to feel accomplished and inspired, not overwhelmed with technology. Again, their goal and aspiration. You help them by selecting and implementing tech tools that align with how their business works, making them more productive, organized, efficient without them having to figure it out on their own. That's how my service helps them. See how much detail there is. And you know what helps with this is that when it creates content, it's going to look at this. It may create content about someone with family as a priority. It may say something like, well, family's a priority, so whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's going to know my ideal client and it's going to write stuff that's targeted towards them. All right. So my key things as far as ChatGPT to give you some content is we already talked about ideal client, but we want to be able to put in our what we ask it. We're going to just say my ideal client. We're not going to write it all out. It just saves time. When you ask for information, you should use a variety of different types of prompts, and we're going to go through those prompts in a second. I like to tell it to put my output in a table, preferably Excel, because I have Excel, so it easily manages posts for scheduling. And then what I always forget, ask for hashtags. And hashtags are important because when people do search, they can search for certain items. And if your hashtag is one of those items they're searching for, your content may come up. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some examples of prompts. So here are some examples of prompts. Here's one that I like a lot. I like to use contrarian a lot because it kind of goes against what people believe. It's kind of like, saying something that's shocking. And it's just using a play on words. So an example could be that we might say, getting referrals is a waste of time. And people are going to say, how is that possible? That's contrarian. Because what it really is saying is that getting referrals is a waste of time if you don't follow up, for example. So I kind of like how it kind of plays on something shocking to what people believe and turning that around. So there are lots of prompt examples. I will provide these to you as a bonus. Not just these, but I have additional ones. But let me read a couple and explain how they actually work. So again, this first one is contrarian. Pretend this. So let me back up. This is what you're going to tell ChatGPT. You're going to type this as is, but where you see the bold, you're going to fill in the blank. Meaning pretend that's a blank, but you're going to fill in what is applicable to you. So it says, pretend you are a business owner in whatever industry is applicable to you, with a personality type of whatever personality type you think will be good for this post. Write however many words you think a post should be. Post for platform, whatever platform that you should have this on, whatever social media platform that goes against common beliefs but still provides value to my ideal client. Keep the tone and the tone type. So if I were to kind of rewrite this and fill in the blank, I would say, pretend you are a business owner in the coaching and the process coaching industry. It's not an industry, but consulting is industry. With a personality type of empathetic. Write a 200-word post for Instagram that goes against common beliefs but still provides value to my ideal client. Keep the tone optimistic. That would be an example. Another example could be for, let's say, educational. To use the same kind of example, pretend you're an expert in, I'll just say real estate as an example. Pretend you're an expert in real estate running ABC real estate company that provides real estate service to my ideal client. Write educational post. It's 150 words that offers 3 actionable tips about buying your first home in a clear, authoritative tone for Instagram. Okay, that's how you use those prompts. We're going to use a real example here. And so we have a conversational engagement one. And so here's how we're going to fill in this, the space, the lines, and then we're going to actually put this into ChatGPT. Pretend you're an expert in operational improvement running CAM consulting solutions that simplifies systems to save time and money to small businesses and mission-driven companies. So this is what I filled out, this person that's here. Write 5 casual and engaging posts, 50 to 100 words for Instagram that ask my ideal client fun or thought-provoking questions about business operational improvement. Use a conversational tone and encourage them to comment their thoughts. Now, I've highlighted this here, and actually I'm going to add a different thing to it as well. It should be a table with 3 columns. Column 1 should be a header that is designed to spark intrigue, emotional engagement, or a sense of mystery, compelling the reader to want to learn more. Column 2 is a summary description. Column 3 is a caption. Why do I say this? Why do I say what's highlighted? Because I am going to put this in a template. Talked about a social media template before. And so I want to put this, have it already set in the column. Sorry, in the table. So all I have to do is copy and paste it to my template. So if it's already there, copy and paste right there. Or I can just use the template it gives me and add to it. But copy and paste makes it easier because you already have a social media template. All right. So the one thing I'm going to add here, which I've recently noticed is causing a problem, is I'm going to tell it, number one, to not give me emojis because that gives me gobbly goop data. It'll give me these foreign characters that are really, really weird. And I'm going to tell it to put in Excel because if I tell it to put in Excel, it's going to create the formatting for Excel. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm just going to copy and paste. And I'm going to start a new chat. And here, sorry, it does this all the time because I'm copying and pasting from a PowerPoint. And so it sees it as the file that's there. And so this is a copy to paste what we said. But remember I said I'm going to add that I want to remove, I'm sorry, I should say do not include emojis. Put this in an Excel format. And so it's going to hit the little arrow button. It's going to start thinking. Look at that. It's created my Instagram post in Excel file. You can download it here. So it did all its thing. Now all I have to do is click the button. I'm sorry, click the link. It has created my Instagram post. And it will pop up in my Excel. There we go. Look at that. It has my heading, my description, and caption. I'm just going to expand these a little bit. And then I'm going to just change the layout. Actually, I have to enable editing. I'm just going to wrap around after I make them a little bit bigger so I can see it better. Okay, so look at that. I got 5. What's eating up your time at work? Is your business running for automation, time saver, or trust? If your business had GPS, where would it take you? And then your to-do list is lying to you. So these are some thought-provoking questions that I put there that will go on Instagram and make people think, what is eating up my time? And it's going to have a short description. And then it's going to give you a caption. Now, ideally, I like my captions to be longer. So here's where I would go to ChatGPT, go back to it again, and say, redo this, but make my caption a little bit longer. And so I'm just going to do another example of this, and it's going to, again, spit it out what I need. But remember, I told it only 50 to 100 words. I'm going to I'm going to, this example of where I would actually make changes. I'm going to actually copy and paste what I already have here, but then I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Copy, paste. And you know what? I could just tell it to make the caption, the column 3 a little bit longer. That's an option. But I just want to do it from scratch. So column 3 is the caption and should be, let's say, 150 to 250, let's say 200 words. Okay. So then we're gonna do it again. All right. So once we have that information, that is going to be what we're going to put in our template. Now, I showed you a template before, and this is actually what, is an example. I will include this as a bonus. So let me pull up the actual template that we'll be using. It's called the social media upload template. And so I have stuff in here now that I'll just erase. Oops. That's a CSV file. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to so here's our template. And since I do have it as a CSV file, I'm going to actually save this as an Excel file when I send it out as a template for you to use. And therefore, when you save it, you'll have to save it as a CSV to upload. But we'll go more into that a little bit later. So what we're going to do is once ChatGPT is done and puts the information in Excel, we're going to copy that content into these 3 fields here. Now highlight those. It's going to give the header, the summary, and the content. I think we call it caption. This has to remain in the name here. Again, it's a format that we need to use when we upload the data. So let's go back and see if ChatGPT has completed running. And it has. So let's look into that. And hopefully we got more words this time. Again, just spread this out a little bit. And I forgot I have to enable. Always changes everything. Gotta spread it out again. And then wrap around. Oh, look at that. We got more content. So I can even ask for more. I could say, give it, more words, but this is fine for now for this purpose. So we're going to just copy and paste this information right into our 3 fields that we have in our template. So let's copy. Actually, I'll do it this way because not everybody does it the same way I do. It's so funny. I haven't used copy and paste in so long. I just use Control C. I'll copy, and then I'll go to my header here and just do paste. And there's the content here. Now you're probably wondering, like, why do I put it here? What are these other fields for? And we'll go into that a little bit later. But just a very high level, this is going to be your the date you're going to post, and it's going to be either your video or your image. Okay. So I'm going to save this so I don't overwrite what I have as a, let's see, let's call it 3 easy ways, March. Okay. So now that we have our content in a template, we are ready to go ahead and create our graphics. And so going to move on to that next. One thing I like to tell people is that have your information organized, because once you start getting, we just did the content, that's great. You saw it put in a specific folder. But when I get other information, like I start getting my, if I do videos, I'll have that. If I have, my graphics for my Canva, I want that organized. And what I like about in Canva, what you're going to see is that it organizes stuff in its own folder within Canva. So it keeps everything in one place. I don't have to keep looking for stuff. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do next and then go into Canva. So if you see here, we already talked about the content. So we did that. We put it in our template already. We have our graphics we're about to now put in our template. And so I'm going to just walk through the steps of what we're going to do, and then I'm actually do it. So we're going to go into Canva and find the template. Then we're going to select bulk create. We're going to enter data into it. And the data we're going to enter is what we just put into the Excel spreadsheet. We're going to map the template. We're going to run the bulk edit and review and make updates. And then we're going to download the data information, which we can then put in for our multiple postings. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go into Canva, and to get there, so many windows open. We're going to type somebody's canva.com. So I will tell you that bulk create is not available for the free plan. I thought it was at one point, but I guess it wasn't. And so you will have to use Pro to do that. And the cost for a Pro, I'm just checking to see what that is. And that is actually $15 a month. And so you do get a 14-day free trial to try it out. But you do get the bulk feature, which is going to help you create these posts en masse. All right, so as I said before, having things in a template, having things in folders makes it a lot easier. I have my templates in folders. I actually put everything within folders so it's easier for me to find. And so to create your own folder, you're going to go to Projects, Add New, and Folder. And then you can create your own folders here. But I already have folders. And so I'm going to use what I have already. I have a folder called 3 Easy Ways. So this is where I have all the information that I need. And I have some templates that I like to use that's here. What I have done, and what you can do, is you can create the posts that are just verbiage. So let's say that you just want to have what I call Monday Zest. I used the template and then I just added some things to it. And so all it is creating this, my template has Monday Zest, and I just add my header and then my the content. And that's easy. No, I don't have to find any pictures or anything. This is all just using the content ChatGPT. So that's probably the easiest to do. Then the other option, which we'll actually do today, is using text from ChatGPT, and you can also use a graphic. Can actually bulk create. You can actually bulk create videos, but it's a little bit different. And so I'm going to show that maybe in another video. But what I am going to say is that what's going to be different about videos is that you can, let me start over. Yes, you can bulk create videos, but this is a little bit more complex. So I'll show that a little bit in another video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on bulk creating starting with the template. We're going to actually start with this one here. And so I'm going to use just something pretty simple. And so what we're going to take is what we have for the header, and then what we have for the summary. And what we're going to do is we will add a different photo in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the bulk, which is going to be, we're going to scroll down to see bulk create. And then we're going to enter the information manually. And so I already kind of have this here. And then all I need to, because I've actually been playing around with this a little bit, but what you will do is you're going to take what we had that we created with our template, which we had the header and summary. We're not going to do the content because that's the caption. So we want to actually even take the information at the top, the header, and we're going to copy and paste. I'm going to copy. And then we're going to go to here, and we're just going to paste from here, this point on. And now we're going to add our image. So if we have an idea of kind of what image we want for each one, that's great. So what I'm going to do is I have some images already saved here. And so this one's talking about being stuck. And so let's just try to find someone that has a headache. This one is talking about, let's see if I can pull it up. It doesn't allow, unfortunately, for you to expand it. So I'm just going to go and look at my content really quick to get an idea of what this is about. If your business took a vacation, would you survive? Why don't we do a picture of someone on the beach? I have a picture of that. Then this one is your inbox running your life. I think I had one about an email box, Q1 social media. And then I have email overload. And then this one is scaling your business. And so this one is, do a clock. We're talking about 24/7. So why don't we do, I think I had a couple of clocks here. Yeah, time is money. And then the last one we're talking about is your business a bottleneck. Let's find what's holding you back. And this can be just someone frustrated. How about that? Okay, so we have images. And so the next thing we want to do is to connect the header to the header. So again, this is already done because I was doing it before, but you would connect the header here. Then for summary, you would do connect data to make sure you have the summary. And then image, you're going to connect the data and do imaging. This is already kind of done because I've already worked on this one before. And the next thing you want to do is just make sure that you have that it's all aligned right. So right here, I only have a few words, but my header is going to be a little bit longer. So I can do one of two things. I can actually make this smaller so that it all fits. And I can actually also probably this down, move this down here, this down here, and actually add my logo. Because remember I talked about branding, it does all that. So let me add my logo right here. Oops. Make it mine. How about that? And so I think this should be fine. So let's see what happens and make this more of a thing. Okay. So now let's just go back to my bulk create and everything should look the way I want it to look. And so let's go ahead and hit continue. And I'm going to select them all because I want to run them all. And let's run and see what happens. See what it looks like. Look at that. Looks beautiful, right? All right. So if I wanted to make anything different, I want to like sometimes I don't like the centering where it centers, so you may just want to go in and tidy things up a bit. But otherwise, looks pretty good. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do two things. First of all, I'm going to save this overall into, let's just call this March 2nd. And then I'm going to name each of the posts something that's going to align with my template. And so it could be so that I know what goes with what. I can actually name it the same thing as the header, which is what I like to do so that I'll know which goes with which. And I could also put, if I knew the date that I want to post it already, or I can just put, post number 1, and I can number the post in my template, what row they're in, or the first one. So I might do something like combination, like number 1, because it's number 1. This is number 2. And I'll still name it the title. Just, again, it makes it a little bit easier to know which picture this one is. It's number 3. Four, and then number 5. And again, this way I'll know which picture goes with which post. Okay, very good. So now that I have name of the grouping of postings, I have named each post. Let's go ahead and share. We're going to download. And we are going to download this is all right, PNG, and then download. Now that we actually have our post uploaded into our folder, our download folder, we are going to open this, and we're going to store them in a social media folder, my social media folder. I like to be organized, so I want to put these into a folder that's easy to find. And so one of 2 ways I can do that. I can take it and I can just cut and paste, which luckily my folder's right here. And I can just paste it. And then when I open it, I do have to extract it, but I'll extract it within the same folder. So that's not an issue. And then you'll see them all here. Okay, so here are all the posts right here. Now that's great, right? But now we got to get that into our social media platforms. And we want to be able to do that in bulk, and we want to be able to put them in all of them, not just one of them. So that's the next step that we're going to do next. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into CreativImpact, but I want to tell you a little bit about why we're going to do that. So we got our AI, we got our content, we have our pictures, we put things in a template. Now we need to spread it out into our multiple social media platforms. And the way we're going to do this is using CreativImpact. And so CreativImpact is a one-stop shop for your digital marketing needs, as well as for being able to maintain and manage your client and potential client data. It can do, amongst all the other things, which I'll go into detail in a second, is that it can manage your social media posts. It is able to take what we have from the AI and Canva and be able to put it, once we put it on a spreadsheet, upload that and disseminate that out to all of the platforms that you have. And what it can do is also track the analytics, which posted better, which posted better on what platforms. On top of that, one of the things it can do is it allows you to be able to DM. So if you want to DM someone within the social media platforms, you can do that. And so that's what it can do within the social media content, but there's so much more it can also do. It can do chatbots. It can do calendaring if you need to schedule an appointment. So let's say that the social media that you are using posts out there, someone interacts with you, you've been sending DMs, they ask about your services, you ask them to schedule an appointment, you send them an appointment link. You do that through CreativImpact. They can schedule an appointment with you, their information will be captured, and you can continue to send them, send them emails or text messages based on specific information about them. Let's say that you're targeting real estate agents, because maybe you do some coaching for them. And so let's say that a real estate agent reached out to you for some coaching, and you are, you can send them targeted emails, targeted text messages that's specific for them. There are other things you can do is, if you're waiting to have to, I shouldn't say waiting, but if you're wanting to track the progress of people that have reached out to you all the way to conversion, you can do that, and kind of even find ways to identify where someone may have not been engaged with you as much, and send out, again, targeted communication to them. So the tool does a lot of things for your digital marketing, and this is what we're going to use it for. It's just a smidget of what it can do for you. And so here is where I just mentioned everything that can possibly do. And so I'm going to now log into it and show you how we can use this for social media posting. And so actually I'm going to start from scratch, and I'm going to log in, and we're going to log into app.getcreativeclientsolutions.com. And I'm probably already logged in. And so we're going to go into where we have marketing and social media planner. And I'm going to show you really quickly all of the social media platforms you can use: Facebook, Instagram, Google business profile, which is your Google page, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest. These are all the social media platforms that you can post to. And we're going to, I'm also going to show you where we keep all of the actual images for those posts. And that's under what we call our media storage. This is where we keep all of our images, and where we're going to actually upload those images that we just created. But before we do that, I just want to show you around a little bit more. This is where you can see all the posts and when they're scheduled for. So I'm going out for some of them all the way up to April 2nd. I don't even think that's all of them, because I think I have some that go out a little bit further. But these are all the posts that actually, let's see if I can show you the ones that I have that are in the future. Here you can see I have things scheduled all the way through August. I like to do things in bulk, so it's done. I don't have to worry about it's posted. Okay, so this is an example of what something will look like. So in the future, in August, I will have, this is a Facebook post and a LinkedIn post. It's going to be the same thing, same words. It's going to be a static post. I think this one is the LinkedIn, and this one is the Facebook. Or something that I have that is not, let's see if I can find something that is going to go in, I think, let's say May. I think something's going up through May. That might, oops, goodness. That actually might be more of a graphic. That would be this one, where I have something that's going on Facebook. See here. And it's going on Instagram and on LinkedIn. And this was created using ChatGPT for the content, meaning the words in this image, and the template I got from Canva. and I just uploaded it. And you can kind of see how it was uploaded, and we'll do the same thing here in one of these templates. I'm sorry, one of these CSV files. So this is how I load data in bulk. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this now. First thing we need to do is, remember I was talking about the media storage. We need to move those graphics that we created into a folder. So I'm going to put these into have a 3 easy ways folder too. And that's a folder I created. It just makes life a lot easier. There is a couple of ways that you can upload information. I personally think it's easier just to go into where it's stored on your Windows Explorer if you're using Windows, or if it's I don't know what it's called on an iPad. I'm sorry, not iPad, on a Mac. But I just find this easier to just select them all and oops, and just drag it. And that way you're able to see them here. And we need to actually put on our file this template where it can pull the graphics for this post. And to do that, we need to actually get the URL or get the website name for the picture. So easy way for me is, once I upload it, I just hit copy. And then I'm going to go to my template that I had, and I'm going to paste it. So here's the template that we had for Instagram posts. And under image URL, I'm going to paste the URL for that picture. So if I actually click on it, for example, you'll see that this is Are You Still Busy in the Work Trap? You can see that that goes to that image. Just back here. Are you feeling busy? You might be trapped in the work. I'm sorry. Are you stuck in the busy work trap? And so I actually labeled each of these, remember, so that I knew which one was which. So I'm just going to go quickly finish populating these. So I'm going to go back into the image, copy. This is number 2. I'm going to go back here and paste. I have to click on it to paste, otherwise I'll paste across. Number 3, copy, paste. Number 4, copy, paste. And then number 5, copy, paste. So we only did 5, but see how quickly that was. If you even had 30, it's not going to take you nearly as long as it would for you to individually post these. Next thing we want to do is put the dates that we want these posted. Now, keep in mind the dates have to be a specific format. So what I like to do is highlight the whole column first, and then change the format so that we are using the right format. Sometimes you actually will have to go to custom. And what you can do, honestly, before you even go to custom, you can just highlight the format here, copy, and then go to, so you don't have to retype it, go to custom, and then put that format in there and click OK. And now just choose the date that you want to post. So let's say you want to post them weekly starting on Mondays. And so tomorrow's the 3rd. You can do something like 2025-03-03. And then maybe at 0800 hours. Okay. And so you can do that, say next time you do it next week. So that'll be the 10th. And so on. So actually, if we drag it, if Excel wants to cooperate with us, it should do each week. Okay, awesome. So we have our dates. We have our content. We do not need the header and summary anymore. And so we can delete this. We have our content, we have our URLs. We don't need preview link. We don't have any GIFs and we don't have any videos. So we're good. This is saved. We are now ready to upload. I'm going to close this and we're going to now go into new post. We're going to upload from CSV. Okay, so that's a file that we have. We're going to now look for that CSV file. And that's what I named it, Breeze Always March. I'm going to click open. And I click next. Now it's asking us where do we want to post it, which platforms. I have Facebook I want to put it on. I want to put it on Instagram, Creative Solutions one. I want to put it on my business LinkedIn, my personal LinkedIn. I'm not doing TikTok today. And so that's it. So these are the 4 it's going to be posted to. So what it's going to do is going to give me 4 different social media posts for my 5 posts. So I should have 20 altogether. We have 5 and it's going to go in 4 of them. Okay, so we hit create. It's in progress. It's processing. Now I want to be able to view it. I want to review and schedule it. So if I review and schedule, you'll see that it's posting for the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, the 24th, the 31st. And if I want to take a peek at what one of them looks like, or maybe we probably should look at them all, but just because of time constraints, this is what the post looks like. And I'm done. Right? Then the only thing I have to do is import my post, and it's going to get scheduled. Okay, so I'll do import post, and they're going to be scheduled. Go to the planner, and actually let's go to the calendar because it'll be easier to see. You'll see that I have this posted for 8 a.m. tomorrow. This one's posted for 8 a.m. next week, the following week, and the following week. And that's how they get scheduled. And you're done. If you want to learn more information or have more information about Creative Impact, I actually am having a little bit of a special. I can say little. I have a special going on for Creative Impact. And what this special is that you'll be able to get the social media planning, the customer relationship management, which is managing your clients and managing your potential customers. So email marketing was in here. There's no need to go to a Kajabi, no need to go to a ConvertKit or MailChimp. It's in here already. And there's templates, tons of templates. There's appointment scheduling. So it's like a Calendly within here without having to go to Calendly. And there is tracking conversations. So every conversation you have, let it be phone call or text message, email message, it's all in one place. And then you'll get 2 additional bonuses. I'm going to also include the sample prompts guide, which I talked about in the beginning. And then on top of that, there is a functionality called, it's called actually reputation. But what it is requesting client reviews. So as soon as you have a service with someone and you want them to give you a review. I have had situations where somebody, and it's mostly with service industries like plumbers or air conditioning people, those type that say, hey, how was my service? Can you give me a review? Right then and there on the spot, you can do that. You can press a button and say, can you give me a review? And it comes through the review. And if you like it, click a button, goes straight to Google. That's the way people find a way of trusting who they get services from and products from. And so that's big. And so that's included. That's your extra bonus. So if you want to learn more, I say go to this link, Social Media Success, campconsultingsolutions.com. The cost is $108 a month. And for all that you get that I just talked about, social media, the tracking conversations, I mean, think about the emailing. So if you, and it's unlimited. So and like MailChimp, you have a certain number, and then you you have to upgrade to the next level. You have to do this here. Call tracking. What system does it? Call and DM tracking, social media analytics. These are all like separate tools you have to buy. This is all in one for only 108 a month. That's it. The price is going up in April though, because I'm going to add some really cool AI, and that's going to boost the price up because it's going to be such a valuable tool. And right now, I'm keeping it low. I'm having this webinar to get people in at this price. So I would jump on it now. It's 108. You have that 108 for as long as you're with me. And no matter what other things I add to it, I'm always doing different bonuses and specials. So you'll have those as well. You have me. You have my team. There's an onboarding call that gets to understand what you need and get you going right away. So that's also scheduled. That will be scheduled with you when you join. There's a 14-day trial, and so within 14 days, if for some reason this doesn't work for you, which sometimes things don't work for everyone, but if it doesn't, it's okay. You'll still be able to meet with me within the 14 days to see if it does work for you and what we can do to help out. But if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. There's no worries about that. Also, you're not locked in. If you get into to month 6 and you're like, Mel, I've tried this for 6 months and it's okay. You're not locked into any contract. You do, however, if you do purchase for a year, you get 2 months free. So I try to click the post. I'm sorry, click the link, and you'll get more information about it. Again, 108 just tells you what comes with. Click here, and you can get signed up today, like right now. If you want some more information, schedule some time with me, or and I can send you some more information through email. All right. So I would love to have you be a part of my community and to be able to really save you time and money. That again, I feel like I'm here. My purpose is to be able to help others, and I want your business to be successful. All right, take care. Thank you for listening to and watching this webinar.